Oh, I don't like being over that side. There we go. What's up, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to our third live show for the JConcepts INS series. We're ramping up. We are about 3 weeks away.
3
roughly.
weeks.
Three.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah.
3 weeks away from the finals at Hoosier Hobbyplex, which then I'll see Alex there as well. Thank you everybody for joining in. I do realize there's another live going on. I didn't realize there was going to be a live one as well. Team Associate is doing one. If I had known that, I might have scheduled this a little bit differently. But we appreciate.
But then you wouldn't have been able to have me.
You would have been watching
Thursday nights are it. So
there we go. So
yeah.
And I appreciate you coming on. I know you're a busy man. We're going to get into what you've been up to this week here. We do have Eddie Henley coming on. He's coming on about half past the hour. He's at the track. Sounds like he's got racing going on at the moment. I think he might even have a race going on, to be honest.
I think they have a Thursday night club race. Yeah,
but I also know that Brent's Dixie Nats.
Oh, that's right.
Might be going on this weekend or next weekend, one of the two. Good evening, everybody. Can you guys please share this? We are live on the JConcepts Facebook and YouTube page, and also live on the NNRC YouTube page. On the NNRC YouTube page, we have a poll going about mod stadium truck. We have a question, and we have some goals, some super chat goals. So if you guys can head on over there, check it out. Also, don't forget to give it a sub, like, and notification button. We greatly appreciate it. We got Jeremy in the house, RC Market. Jeremy was early. He was an hour early.
Yep,
and we got RC Marcus, Charlie Swanka. Where's Eddie? I came here just so Edward. Cheers, boys. What's up, Charlie? Charlie, are you going to Australia next week? Yeah, let us know. Hello, Cooper Phillips. What's up, Lou Tech? How are you? Is Mike Pavine? No, I have not found the infamous Mike Pavine yet. The 1,000-time world champion and the person who can beat everybody telepathically in RC. You know what? I swear my dog must hear my voice talking to you, and it decides to come inside. So once again, I have to go close the door while Alex talks.
I get to talk. He said I was very busy. I am very busy this week. We are the Hobbyplex is doing a big sale, and all the behind-the-scenes stuff to make the sale happen has had to happen in a very short period of time. So I'm exhausted, but I'm still here. So there you go. I filled in 15 seconds for you.
Well, I mean, we're going to talk. We're going to talk together here in a second.
Yeah.
Who do we have in here? B Racing. Charlie Spanker says, no, I'm not good. He calls Mr. Sturgeon RC hero himself. I didn't. You're an RC hero.
Yeah. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie and I go way back. I was one of my life goals was to be a Novak driver. So I was a Novak driver there towards the end of Novak.
I like Charlie. He's always fun to talk to, and always a hoot. And man, for a small guy, he can drink a lot of beer. He could drink a good bit of beer. Must be a Wisconsin thing. He's from Wisconsin, right? I can't hear you, Alex. You're muted. Hold on. Did I mute you? Oh, I unmuted you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I believe so.
You make me want to go have a beer after this. Alex runs a Hobbyplex. He makes many RC nerds happy all the time. Hero. There we go. Charlie, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus, Charlie, but he's from Wisconsin, right? Because I met his brother. Yes, he's from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, Novak. Good old Novak. I had Novak stuff back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have the Tekin? We're going back. Did you ever have the Tekin keypad ESC 410? I think it was called back in the day.
I gotta be honest. I ran strictly Novak from the late 1980s until the end, 2016.
Okay.
However, I have one of those now because I collect old stuff, and I just happened to find a classic car with one of those cool Tekin keypad speaking controllers.
You know, collects a lot of stuff. Our guest too.
Oh yeah, I know.
He has a lot of old stuff.
Yeah, he has more than I do.
Charlie says, I'm a flatlander. The WI folks will be mad telling folks I'm from there. I'm from Illinois. There is a big rift. There is
was Wisconsin.
Did
he work in Wisconsin? Ask him if I can't see that thing. So ask him if he worked in Wisconsin.
Hold on, let's go. There we go.
Illinois is very flat.
Lefty, when you would like to talk about the person who helped Hobby Wing, ZTW, Hi-Fi, and tried to help Scorpion with their first ever vehicle ESCs. Is that you, Lutek? Lutek is from Brazil, but I believe he lives in the USA. He is always in our streams and is very knowledgeable. So maybe one day we'll get him on her. All right. Alex, so before we get started, you did your first podcast in quite a long time. I meant to tune in and I was looking for it on Facebook and realized you did it only on YouTube.
Yeah, we pretty much only do it on YouTube, and then it's in the podcast feed too, so you can find it on like Apple and all that, Podbean, all that stuff too. On Fridays it drops. Richard does a good job of editing any little inconsistencies here and there and makes it sound real good and puts it out there.
Dude, you have, not only do you get to use a podcast, do you have an editor?
Yeah, that we pay for. Like, so yeah.
All right. What did you guys talk about mostly?
Honestly, we did not have an agenda at all. So Will and I haven't done our podcast since June.
Okay.
And so we kind of took a summer break. So we pretty much just got caught up with each other because I've barely even seen him, maybe here and there. You know, we chat on, we text each other a lot, and we'll even call each other on the phone and stuff, but I haven't actually seen him in person probably in about a month. And kind of just got caught up with what he was doing. He's a big dirt oval guy. He's been doing really well. He's like, I think we talked about it last week. He won King of Dirt, a big oval race. And he's been going around hitting a lot of the point series and stuff. We have a big oval race coming up. In fact, tomorrow, Friday and Saturday at the Plex. In fact, when I get done here, I got to go to the track. I got to hook up the box scraper and go around the oval real quick to smooth it out and get it ready for tomorrow. So I still have a lot of work to do tonight after we're done.
You tireless, thankless work, dude.
Yeah.
How many entries are you guys getting at the oval race?
I'm not sure on this one because we've never really done a trophy race before, especially to start the season. So we're trying something new this time around. I think we'd be happy with like 80 entries. I think we'd be happy with that.
And it's a 2-day race, correct?
It's a Friday practice, Saturday race.
Okay, sweet. Well, I wish you all the luck. I wish you have fun. Is it still hot up there? Is the weather changing?
It's changing, but it's been nice out. It's actually been really nice out. There's been a couple mornings where it's been in the 40s now, but it warms up again.
All right,
it'll get hit like we'll get hit like a brick with a couple weeks here, and all of a sudden we'll get one of those days where it's miserable and cold and no fun.
Well, you can always put more clothes on when it's cold, but I get it. You can do things. Kyle Swenson, he actually asked this question, and he says, with the new trucks coming out, will we see mod stadium truck being ran next year? We actually have a poll going on the NNRC YouTube. You can go over there and vote over there, but that's a great segue into what I did want to talk about because Team Associated did drop their new vehicles.
Yep.
And what's up, Corey? Says, I'm watching from 2 miles underground. See you at AMS, Lefty. Yeah, Corey works in the mines, and I'm surprised he has signal 2 miles underground.
That's cool.
So I know how it feels to be underground. All right. So they dropped their T7 and SC7 team kits. Looks like I watched the video briefly. The stadium truck has been, he says, Wi-Fi. The stadium truck has got like pretty much all the mods people have been doing on them. The buggy front shocks and shock towers, drop them down for the carpet / high grip racing. So Associated has released them. I
think the lead about the truck is the transmission. 3-gear transmission.
They have a 3-gear transmission.
Yeah.
What else is special about, because you are a truck guy. So
yeah. So Emerson actually got one of these early, and we opened it up and looked through the box, and then we haven't built it yet, so hope I don't get in trouble for that. But it's out now, so who cares? So Emerson will have one for sure. And we should have put it together, but we haven't had time. It's just been crazy busy on the Sturgeon home front. But basically, yeah. So a lot of the plexers at my place, they were doing the buggy shock towers, buggy shocks a while ago. I think this truck, the 3-gear transmission and the zero degree KPI are the two biggest things that I see on the truck. Plus, I believe there's also some updates to the B7, like where the chassis and the like C&D block and then the front pivot also. I think there's more material added there too to kind of give it some strength.
Cool. I do like that Associated is doing presentations, video presentations with the engineers and different personalities. I think that's really cool. I mean, they've always kind of done that. If we go think back to VHS days, they used to send a VHS tape or something like that.
Yep.
So that's good to see. I don't know, man. I kind of want a short course truck. I would like to race it. I do like it. I think the best handling short course truck I've ever driven is Patrick's SCX, and the thing's so good. Outdoor, but yeah, I guess there's still a market for these. Obviously, it's mostly based in America because Americans race a lot of truck.
We love our trucks, man. You
do. But I think I want a short course truck out of all of this and do some short course racing. So I mean, I wouldn't know the differences anyway from either of the trucks as long as they go. But yeah, I definitely. So I attempted to drive a dirt, basically a dirt T6 on carpet last year at the Florida Carpet Championships. Not Carpet Championships, at the Florida RC Championships at Beachline.
Yeah,
and it was not easy.
It's tough.
Yeah, so it definitely was. It was definitely struggling with the high. You know, just
it's hard. It's hard to get the proper ride height without having that. Without having the
shorter shocks.
The shocks loose. There are the springs loose on the shocks.
Mm-hmm.
Having those really long shocks in the back with that, the truck's got a ridiculous amount of lean.
Yeah, lots of body roll, lots of digging. So you know that sharp on that high traction, that front digs down, the back jacks up.
Yep.
And I had to tune so much steering out of it. And then I'm looking at all the other Team Associated guys' cars, and they're like, Lefty, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, dude, I'm just racing this truck for this day.
Yeah.
This weekend. It was hard compared to, and we're looking at those guys' cars and how flat it was and how they turned and how the weight distribution. It was just, I was like, yeah, you can see it was a big disadvantage if those two trucks. So I think this is obviously the next step for Associated. And I don't know, Kyle wants to see mod stadium truck at INS next year. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be mad.
No,
I like to see everybody. I wouldn't mind seeing mod stadium truck.
They've had it in the past at certain tracks where they think they're going to get enough turnout. You know, the hard part about these support classes sometimes though is like if you split them up, like the reason why like when I was on the Roar committee, we actually went away from that for a little while. Like, or did we? Was it that or was it INS? It might have been INS. Anyways, just having one motor with the truck, it boosted the car count again. Like instead of having 6 or 7 pro guys running mod truck and then 12 or 13 guys running 13.5 where the heats are, you only got like 6 in a heat.
Right.
Putting that 13.5 together or just making it 13.5 kind of brought those together and also got the pros out of the truck class altogether.
Okay.
Which might not be a good thing, especially when you're trying to like showcase the trucks and see what they can really do in the hands of these guys that can really wheel it hard, Well,
I get that. I do, and it also gives some of these guys who may not be on the pro level a chance to shine. And I think we have one heat. How many did we have at Hobbyplex? How many trucks?
3.
How many trucks? We had 3.
Yeah, there was 28, 29 trucks altogether.
So who knows? I don't know, man. There might be a quorum to have a pro class, but then I don't know. I guess yeah. It's like mini truggy, right? We ran it at the Plex because it's a popular class there.
Yeah.
Right. And they got a heat of it. So we shall see. See. I know there's some changes coming next year and maybe some other surprises as well, but we shall see.
I kind of miss mod truck in a way. Like I used to be really fast in mod truck, but that was back in brush motor days.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. kind of miss it in a way. But at the same time, like I do like the bigger, just the bigger car counts altogether in one class.
Kyle
It's a
says
tough
pro
call.
class and 13.5 class.
Mm,
Well, we have to have the quorum to do that, right? We
Yeah.
have to have enough people to do that. And I guess a third class brings more money, brings more cost, brings more
yeah.
travel, everything like that as well. But we'll see. There's a vote going on the NNRC YouTube right now. It's 76% yes and 24% no.
We
Only
got it.
17 votes though.
We got to talk about the 3-gear transmission in this T7 though.
All right, well, let's
Like,
talk about it because that's what Ty says right here.
Yeah, it's that's going to be huge. You're going to see a bunch of those transmissions in the buggies for stock, especially.
Yeah. So why doesn't the buggies have the 3-gear transmission, or did they have it, or what happened?
Well, I mean, like, was it R1 and what's the other one? Wheel Speed? What's the other
Speed?
company?
They just released one too.
Yeah, like they were making their own 3-gear transmissions to put into a B7, to perk it up. When the B7 first came out, the consensus among the stock drivers that I talked to was they thought it was slower. Like it felt slower to them instead of the 3-gear transmission in like a B6. But then they started to figure it out. So I don't necessarily buy that altogether. I think it might have just been, yeah, you got 2 extra gears. You got to gear it a little differently. It's reacting differently. It's probably smoother. I never actually drove one with stock. I always race mod. So, but I don't know. Emerson's car's fast with a 5-gear transmission in it. So I don't know.
I saw the Wheel Speed one that they released. It looked good. Kyle says 3-gear conversion kit is on the way from Associated.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll see cars with them with the 3-gear in there as well.
That's a monster either gear. Like, it's huge.
Well, it's funny. I was having this discussion with a friend of mine. He was telling me why they use the idler gear, and that's more to such a big idler gear. It's for movement of the motor more forward.
Mm-hmm.
So not just for strength, but just to make it more forward.
Put that motor where these guys want it.
There we go. We got Eddie in here. We're going to bring him here in a minute. Polar Bears, I still have my B7 2 weeks after I bought it. Jesus. I don't know. Lutech, if there's a bit of dollar incentive, I bet all the classes will be packed. Just look at what has been happening in RC drag racing, having some events giving out 20K plus for the top class winner. And I'll tell you that event does not happen anymore. Because, and you know what? The first year that guy did that event, he made no money. Like, he came out of pocket to pay for his own hotel. And I was like, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting on all this event and whatnot. And that whole drag racing scene has quickly fizzled out. And it's still out there. It's probably going more to its roots now.
Yeah. There was a lot of
betting and stuff.
There was a lot of pushback against the tire sauce. So locally around here, like, they all went away from that. They're back to like the place that does it here in everybody comes in and buys tires almost every week from the Plex, and they're not allowed to use any sort of tire sauce.
Right. But I think drag racing got too big, too fast, and too expensive. It
did exactly what short course did. Like,
yes,
you had these awesome cheap plastic tub cars that you could just take and race one another, and then it very quickly got into the carbon fiber everything and $600, $700 kits, and the body of the week started to happen, and it got a lot very quickly.
Dude, they were selling sub 2-second cars for like $3,500.
Mm-hmm.
And chasing that money, right? And now you don't even hear about any really big races. It's probably going back to what it should have. And here's what I liked about the drag racing scene when it first came out: the different type of bodies. You know, the cars looked scale.
They were simple. The first cars were simple.
They emulated full scale, like no prep drag racing. And man, it was hot for a minute, but it quickly. If you guys heard some pitter patter all around, that's my dog. He's attacking my Crocs right now.
You know how you can always tell a class or a segment of RC is doing really good, and when it's not doing really good, is how many bodies are available for it.
Well, that could be true.
Because how many monster truck bodies are actually out now by Proline or JConcepts? And I'm not talking about Bigfoot. I'm talking about like Revo.
Yes.
you know?
Oh, those types.
Yeah.
Lot.
There's like one
Well, there's quite a lot of monster truck bodies.
monster truck
Jason,
bodies, but that's for like the
Monster
retro class, monster trucks, but I'm talking like the, HPI Savage and T-Max. Like nobody makes a T-Max body anymore.
There we go. Next month in October, Monster Truck Class Racing is going to be held at my local RC track. Sweet. They're gonna, where I go to in Shores, Oklahoma, they're gonna have a Monster Truck class as well, race as well. So that's my first stop on my 6-week tour.
We did that for a little bit. We were doing like the classic, like what Jason's doing, and like Trigger King and stuff. We did that at the Plex for one season. It was fun. Just didn't have turnout. We had like 5 people.
Really?
Yeah.
And Jeremy says so many crawler bodies though. Last week, so Red Cat, you win again. Product of the week. Last week you bought out a 6-scale competition crawler, and this week,
and now the 18 scale.
That little thing is awesome.
Yeah. And then Vanquish had the mullet.
The mullet.
Yeah.
I have a feeling if Eddie has these at INS, the Ascents, I think they're called, or whatever, I have a feeling I'm going to be walking out with one. Hold on. My dog is going nuts on my crocker. Sorry. Ragnar has decided to visit us. He has my croc, and he is going wild on it. We're professionals here, though.
There's something about animals and feet.
Well, I'd rather have him attacking the croc than my toes right now, which he was doing last week.
Right.
All right. Enough jibber jabber with us. We see Eddie's here. I know he's busy. Let's bring him in. Let's have a chat with him, and let's see what we can expect to see at Hoosier in a couple weeks, 3 weeks time. Oh, let me bring him. Eddie,
how's it going, guys?
How you doing, sir?
Living the RC dream. Alex knows all about it.
Yeah.
He's got to go work and fix his oval track after this, so we're not going to keep him too long tonight. Thank you for your time, Eddie. I know you're uber busy. I think you even have a race going on at the moment or not.
Yep, it's club night, off-road. We'll be wrapping that up here in the next half an hour, 45 minutes. And then we get to start pulling pipe and get this track build going for INS.
You have a big oval race coming up too, right? Is that next weekend or
Dixie Nats? Dixie National.
When is that?
October the 6th through the 8th, I believe. Don't quote me on it. I'm terrible with remembering all the dates for the races in this place.
And that's on your actual oval, right?
Yes, it's on the actual oval.
Okay.
We wanted to do something else like the off-road, but the time frame, of course, with INS, just no way.
So much work.
Yes. The track that's in there now has only been in there for a month.
Yeah.
Really? Eddie, I know this is probably better for a podcast if I actually interview you, but I don't even know how long Hoosier's been around and how you told me briefly how you got involved in it, but maybe you could tell people that are watching her, when did you start with Hoosier and how it all started for you?
Well, it started with buying and selling used RC stuff out of my garage. My other job that I had, we were self-employed before. We dealt in old U.S. coins and old U.S. money. So we traveled all over the country going to coin shows and paper money shows, going to auction houses, all that good stuff. And it afforded a lot of time. We would be gone once or twice a month, and the rest of the time I was at home. So typical wife style, Angie absolutely could not stand how much money I was spending on RC cars. And so I started seeing sales posts and Craigslist and stuff. And I'm like, man, for what they want for all that stuff, I just want one thing out of there. So I would just buy the whole lot, get the one thing that I wanted out of it and sell the rest of it. And before I knew it, I was like, man, there's some actual decent money in this. So that turned into building a track in my backyard, complete with, 16-foot long driver stand, covered, metal roof. I think it was 100 by 55 foot or so. That turned into one night Angie coming home and the entire backyard is full. We had like 40 entries in my backyard. and everybody's got coolers, they got a bonfire going, people are going in the house using the restroom, and she's like, that's it, no more. So 7 years ago, I started looking for a building, and it took a year to build, and I did almost all the build myself with the help of, in and out. It's like getting guys to help you with a track build.
Yeah.
There was 1 or 2 guys that were solid. They were there almost every day. And then there was 5 or 6 guys that I'd see them one day a week or what have you. But we got it built, and we started out with 16,000 square feet. And 2 years in, we doubled to 32,000.
Was that in the same space, or did you move?
Same space.
Okay.
It was an old Kroger that we had half of the building. There was a flea market next to us. The guy that bought the entire shopping center, one of the flea market guys gone, and because they weren't doing anything and they couldn't afford any type of real rent. And I told him, I said, I want it.
Yeah.
And it worked out because of COVID, because we pretty much told everybody we don't care. So we were one of the few businesses that the landlord could actually charge rent because nobody else was open, or they weren't open to nobody was really looking to expand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But our hobby, or our business, it was expanding because people didn't have nothing else to do.
Yep.
So
2020 to 2022 was pretty gangbusters for us.
Yeah.
Just because we were one of the only places open in our area too. Like it's not that we didn't care. I mean, we still had people stand 6 feet apart and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the bleach wipes out, wiping down the rails and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm like you. It's not that we didn't care. We still took precautions, but we didn't let the government dictate us going out of business.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually outside of Omaha city limits technically. So we had there was different protocols for Omaha and Douglas County. So we got to do the Douglas County one. We didn't have to do the Omaha one. We got pretty lucky there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the long and short. And we're just continuously working on expanding every bit that we can. You guys are familiar with the overflow area where we usually had the team pits. That is gone now, and we're taking over another spot that is going to link to the back of the building. It's actually a little bit more square footage, but it's going to be more usable. And it made the landlord happy because he gets that road frontage and he gets to use up some space that is damn near impossible to rent.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to that. There's always new stuff going.
So the overflow area, what is that now?
It is gone now. That's what we're giving up.
Okay.
We're picking up a little bit more square footage. It's just in a part that really only we could use.
Okay, got you.
So we got a little discount on the square foot, how much per square footage, and we're getting a little more room.
And so how's your race schedule? How do you guys race there? What is a normal, like this is Thursday night. How many entries would you have on a Thursday night?
This time of year is our slowest time. Summer points, we were averaging on Thursday nights, we were averaging probably in the 60 to 70 range on Thursdays. Tuesday nights is oval, and we average 30 to 40 on the oval. As soon as winter kicks in, we'll be running Thursday and Saturday off-road. During the summer, it's just not enough. There's not enough guys. Yeah. Everybody's out camping, fishing, doing what they can, especially this year. The weather was so nice.
People have other things to do when the weather's nice.
Yeah. And the honeydew lists come out in droves in the summertime.
I bet. So, but you've managed, like Alex yourself, you've managed to create well, his is predominant. Yours is race similar to his. You have a crawler course, if I remember correctly, going around. You have a big hobby shop. You have plenty of pitting. You have an oval track. You have a dirt track. So you're one of the one of these hobby shops that is also race orientated, but also caters to bashers and everybody else as well, because you had all that type of product in there. So you're a success story in all of this. When we see many other places closing on, what do you think has been key? Like, I know how Alex works hard. I know you work hard. It's 25-8. What has been probably one of the key things to your success at Hoosier? And you also have some very big race. You have a very big races. You have the vintage race. You have your clash race. All these. You probably have the biggest 10. You do have the biggest 10 scale race in the world every year. Right now. Yeah. What has been key to you maintaining stuff? This type of stuff.
That's a multifaceted question. I think the biggest thing is, as an owner, you have to love this hobby with all of your being. If you don't love it, you're not going to succeed, because you're not going to get rich. You're not going to be a millionaire off of RC racing. Even with a 4,000 square foot, I would hate to even know what the number is retail that I'm sitting around right now. Even with all that, it's that having a good hobby shop, having someone like Angie that stays on top of her. She's a numbers girl. She can adapt anything. She adapted. You can tell her what associated part you're looking for, and she'll say, "Oh yeah, that's part A97709." And I'm just standing there. I'm like, "Yeah, what she said." Like, she has started memorizing a lot of these parts, even with the new parts coming in. Within 6 months, she's rattling off 90% of the numbers. So you have to have somebody like that that can keep a tight grip, making sure that all the orders are coming in, making sure that we have all the latest stuff, keeping your ear to the ground for new hot stuff that's coming out. And especially Alex knows that even more than I do, because they sell a lot of other stuff, model kits and all that stuff. And
La Boo Boo.
Yeah, but you got to keep your ear to the ground, because you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Every $5 that you make, the little bit of profit that most of these companies leave the hobby shops, we have to scrape for it. So you have to have the stuff in the store, or they'll just get online and order it and have it in a week. When I opened the doors, my biggest thing was, this is a race shop and a racetrack built by a racer that loves racing. So every amenity that I could think of, we wanted to make sure that we had that stuff. The pit tables, having the carts out in front of the building, so you don't have to try and make 16 trips. If you want to walk up and grab a cart, get all your stuff in one trip. The automatic doors that cost us a few grand to get those moved. Just the little stuff. We try and look at all the small aspects. And listen. You have to listen to the racers and try to accommodate when it makes sense.
Yeah. That's the part, when it makes sense. Because all people tell me, like, dude, you need to have different chairs. And I'm like, we got in, like, all those chairs we got in for free. Like, I'm not going to buy new chairs, man.
Yeah. You want to start the GoFundMe for us? We'll go get some chairs.
How about bring your own chair and then put your name on it, and then when you need it, you take it.
Right.
Yeah. Those chairs are probably you got for free, or people have bought in there and whatnot. I get it. The RC race is never happy, right? We're our own worst enemy. I can say that. All right. So when you originally built the track, when I think glue, I know there's a few glue tracks. But when I think of glued 10 scale tracks, yours always comes to mind. I'll never forget a video I saw of you. I don't know if it was in between heats. I just remember you had that pump sprayer and you was going around the whole track spraying. And I was like, I didn't realize they put glued on in between that.
I mean, you pioneered that, right? Because I don't remember any other glued track until I came to yours. And I was like, this is crazy.
Well, the problem, what happened was there were a lot of guys that there was a few tracks, not a lot of guys. There was a few tracks that did the glued route, or they tried the glue, and there was all different concoction I was hearing. But what killed it at a lot of these places, the way either their dirt didn't work with it or the way
Yeah.
that they ran the dirt.
Oh,
And these guys were sending me pictures of their tires after one run. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh God, that's terrible.
Was it SMAC? Didn't SMAC do glue before?
Smack Track, I helped them do theirs, and theirs was okay. It was another track outside of Chicago, I think, was one of the, and they shut down. But I think that
It
was
wasn't Leisure Hours, was it?
maybe
Leisure Hours try glue?
might have been,
Huh?
but that was one of the tracks that people were sending pictures to me because I threw it out there and I was talking to some guys and like, don't do it because your guys are going to hate having to buy a new set of tires every race day.
Yeah.
And so I'm not the type that takes no for an answer. And the biggest thing, I'll tell you, you'll never guess why I went with the glue. I'll give you both one guess.
The smell? Come on, that was a joke.
It's not paste, Alex.
The taste. Some people used to eat glue in there.
Keenan, what do you think?
Well, we had a glue track here in the DR, outdoor glue track, and it was great because 10 scale and 8 scale could run on it, and it held together and kept dust on. And so that was my experience with it. But I don't know what your reason was.
So when we first opened, we had half the square footage, right? Mm-hmm. So the front of the track, where the windows are at, that used to be the hobby shop.
Oh yeah.
So
the dust.
The dust.
Yeah.
I did it because I was looking around at the inventory.
Yep.
And I saw $500,000 worth of inventory that looked like it had been thrown out in the mud.
Yep.
And I said, I've got to figure something out.
We run into that. I mean, you've been at our place. We run into that all the time.
So and I'll be honest with you, I tried other stuff first. Some guys said, hey, try WD-40. Try doing this prep on the track. And for a while, we did do WD-40, and I was using actual tire prep for no prep or for drag racing. Like so that was my touch up.
Yep.
You would you say WD-40? You can buy that amount of WD-40 to cover a track.
Yeah, you can get it in like 5 gallon jugs, can't it?
Yep. And you mix it with water too. It's water soluble. You can mix it and it turns water soluble, and it does help a lot. It took the dust down, but it was real finicky. It was real weird and greasy sometimes and not greasy. And I was like, yeah, this has got to go too. And then I started looking in. Here's where the glue came from. It came from my outdoor track, but I didn't think about it until a couple years in. I had a friend that had, my brother had a friend that worked at a BMX track. He was a groundskeeper for BMX racing. And they use a compound, and a lot of the outdoor tracks, it's expensive as hell, have been looking into doing, it's like a Soil Tack is one of the big name brands.
Yeah.
And he got me some of that because the BMX track got it new every year. So I put it on my outdoor track because it's clay and it was breaking up like crazy. And the guy was like, yeah, this stuff will hold that together real good. It's what we use on the BMX. And I was using that and it smelled just like Elmer's glue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the wheels started turning. And then I started really devoting some time into figuring out the right way to do the glue to where it doesn't destroy tires. And the dust is down.
Yeah.
That one apocalypse race we had 2 weeks ago, untreated.
Yeah.
It was like a tornado.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we had a ball. We had an absolute ball running on it, but the amount of dust, oh my gosh. It's terrible.
So we're sort of, so our summer racing, the way that it works at the Plex with our HVACs is the pressure pushes out to the dirt, right? So in the summertime, it's not that bad. In the wintertime, when we're having the Techno series and the heat's on, the pressure comes in.
Oh.
And it's bad. I mean, we're dusting I make my guys dust as much as we possibly can.
Right.
It'll just one Techno race you know, 200 entries of 8 scale
Oh God.
and nitro. I mean, it'll just coat everything, a nice fine layer of dust
Yep.
all over our product. And it makes its way all the way upstairs.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But yeah, and now you all have just invested all that time and money into freshening up the hobby shop, and that's one of the last things that you want is for any of your inventory to look like it's been sitting there for 50 years, because
Yeah, exactly.
the people that come in, they look at it and are like, well, that must not be any good. Look how dirty that is. It's been sitting here forever.
Yep.
Everything in RC has to look fresh.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing a big sale this weekend, and I've been going through a lot of product that hasn't sold in the last year and pulling it, and we're marking it down. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately I'm going back to the bathrooms and I'm washing my hands like 5-6 times a day just to get the dirt off, you know.
Yep, I do. I mean, we have this pressurized pretty good, and I'll tell you, the curtain that we put up, like for going into the freezer, you might want to look into one of those.
Yeah, we've talked about that for the double doors down there. We've actually talked about that a lot.
Super cheap. It was like $150, and it cut the amount of dust down by 75% of the little bit that was coming through.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing was the temperature. It's holding the air, the real humid air. You walk through that curtain and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so different. For the money, I would definitely recommend giving it a try.
Good stuff.
I'll bring it up again.
And you seal the entire track, right? Infield, everything, right?
Yes. And that was something else. With the glued surface, the very first thing that I found out when we were doing the WD-40 and I was using some prep, I mean, we were literally mixing methanol racing fuel with the tire dope, that sticky stuff that they put on a drag strip. And what was so nice about that, if there was a spot in the track that just would not take a groove, I could just go out there and hit it a little bit and it would pick up rubber immediately. And I started washing out, and the difference between having the unsealed track versus even that, I started noticing the racing. The racing started getting so much better because guys weren't afraid to go 2 cars outside of the line and not do a donut. So you're not scared to give that guy some room, not as scared, to give that guy room to let him go, you know? And that's one of the big things with the glue that I found was there's a lot of times I won't even treat the line. I'll treat the outside. I'll tell one of the kids that's helping me out, I'll tell them, look, I don't want you to go from here out, from the groove out.
Yeah.
Leave the groove alone. It's fantastic, you know, but I want to make sure those guys can still get out of the way. And the infield's being done. That helps on marshaling.
Yeah.
If you wreck and get in there, and you know how it is, Alex, if you get in the infield at most tracks, you're just gonna sit there and throw roost trying to get out of the pipe.
Yeah, for sure.
You can self-marshal yourself if you're on your wheels 90% of the time in here.
Yep.
It just saves marshals.
Got you. And then also, do you seal it? So do you seal it after you paint it, or do you paint it then seal it?
After paint.
Good. So it stays. I love that's what they do in Portugal as well. That's another all glue track. Where they had the e-buggy worlds, and they always it broke up a lot this year because they did this last race because they put a fresh layer on, but they seal the infield after it's been painted, so it stays that whatever color was usually red. I think it looks great. It's nothing worse than seeing, wow, that track looks great. I'm sure you've been through this too, Alex.
And then day and a half later, it's
yes.
So
you see all the hard work and you're like, oh my gosh.
I used to not pack the infield as well. And I noticed that once I started really packing the infield before I painted it, it also helped with that too.
That makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
We were the same way. In the past year, I've really concentrated because you get all the loose stuff and you just throw it there. You might run over it one time with the compactor and call it good. Now it's like, no, guys, that gets packed in just like you're going to run on it. because then the paint really, it stays so much better.
Yeah.
Now, with the glue and the amount of glue that you've had on there, does it make it more difficult to do track changes?
Nope, it tills right up.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wondered that too, actually.
It's actually pretty amazing. Now, some of the tracks, if they've been in there for 3 months or so,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty wild. It'll get a skin on it that when you break the dirt up, you'll see a skin of rubber. But as soon as you start tilling it and you get some water back in it, and you know, everybody knows that almost all of your glues like that are water soluble.
Yeah.
And I think it has a half-life. It has to, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to build.
Yeah.
But you water it, till it, and I've got a tiller for the skid steer, and it really knocks that the dirt down, turns it to dust. The paint, everything. I really thought that the paint, after so long, that I'd start seeing a lot of paint, but I never see the paint again. After it gets broke up, it just dissolves back into the dirt. It's crazy.
So
you would think there would be paint.
So when I do a track build and I'm digging up dirt that I haven't digged up in a long time, I'll find my paint from tracks in the past. So I haven't done green in a very long time. And this last one, I moved a ton of dirt from one spot to the other, and I got into it. I'm like, oh my God, green. I'm like, that's from like 2015.
Yes.
I'm like, holy crap, dude. So it's fun to do that. I think I found purple one time. I'll find a purple every once in a while. That's from the last Novak race we had in 2016. And I still see it every once in a while. Because I try, especially now, like it's not that I'm lazy. I just try to not do as much work as I have when I was younger. So I'll try to plan ahead. And,
Right.
But if I need to move a chunk of dirt that I haven't moved in a really long time, I got to do it because that's how I want the track to be. So I'll stumble upon different colors every once in a while and be like, huh, look at that. That's pretty cool. But it is weird how it mixes in. I always was wondering if the paint affected the dirt at all.
I wondered the same thing, and I can't see it affecting anything.
See it either. Yeah, I really can't.
I mean, it literally disappears. It's the wildest thing.
Yeah.
You would think that pigment would be there, and like if you take 5 different colors of paint and mix them together, and you'll end up with like a black.
Yeah.
You would just think that the dirt would start turning, but it is a very small amount. But that is funny you mentioned the paint. The very first layout when we made the track bigger, the size it is now, was do you remember Pilot? Matt Klein.
Oh yes, there was a race named after that, right?
Yeah, they had a race that was right. The very first race we had was here, and it was like caution orange.
Yeah,
their Pilot color.
Yep.
And still to this day, every track I'll find a little chunk of that orange, and I'll yell at town, come here, I found some more.
Yeah,
I found some Pilot orange. No way. Yeah, 5 years later, we're still finding parts where we never dug down that deep.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's the memories that you see in the paint.
Well, I use dry fall, which I believe is a water-based paint. So but I wonder if like latex paint, a rubberized paint, if that would do something different to the dirt.
That safety orange was more of a latex, and don't ever do it.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I've seen that hasn't broken up. I'll still have little pieces because it's almost like rubber. It doesn't break in like the like just your house paint that you can break down with water.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Sweet. So I guess my question would be, what can we expect for the finals here in 3 weeks? What's going through Eddie's mind right now building this track, getting ready to build it?
Every track for about a year and a half now, my new saying that I coined was flow and go. Okay. Every track is flow and go. I don't want dumb sections. I don't want obstacles in my tracks. All of my tracks have a purpose, and the biggest purpose is absolute best racing that I can build into the track. And a lot of people don't really understand there's going to be a lot of people that don't understand what I mean by that. Alex will understand. You'll understand, Keenan. What I mean is, if you don't build the track with the main thought process of how can I make this track racy, then you're not going to have a racy track. You're going to have a choo-choo track where everybody's just waiting for somebody to wreck. You want to try and build the track to where there's opportunities, even if it's small, to be able to get the nose of your car and just get in there and irritate somebody enough until you do get in on them. To me, that's the key to a good track. The flow and go, and just make it racy. No choo-choo track. I cannot stand choo-choo tracks.
It's difficult to get away from a one-line track.
It's so hard.
Because all of us racers know the fast line around the track.
Right.
So I've battled that over the years, and there's been some good tracks at the Plex, and there's been some not good tracks at the Plex, and it's I feel like the good tracks are ones where you can actually see somebody pass somebody, like when Nate that the last race that we had when Nate passed.
That was beautiful.
That was awesome. Like
that's the race. That's the year right there.
That's what I had in mind was, okay, a shorter straightaway with a braking zone. Who can outbrake each other?
Right. Who can come in with the line and hold it together under the most speed, most brake.
Yep.
It was fantastic.
It's hard. It is difficult to get that going. And I always hear people talking, well, you need to have more than one line through something. I'm like, well, okay, but we're all going to go to the fastest line. So if you do it, like, what does it matter?
And that's the hard thing. It's not really an obstacle, but I have found that some of the like pie jumps, some of the off-cambered corners can really help with that, because one guy will set his car up to hit the camber different. So you can make it a little bit different line. Like I said, you just need enough, like you did with your last one, Alex. It was just enough to where Nate or another driver could get their nose. All you got to do is get the nose in and make the other guy back down. And as long as you can make those opportunity spots, then you can get a racy track. It's the tracks that have no spots like that. And it's so not fun.
Do you sit there and draw it out?
Yes, usually, like this is the last race night, I'll usually sit up where Matt Olson sits, his perch that I made for him. I'll sit up there and I'll rough sketch while I'm watching the cars race. I feel like I get my most influence from watching them race.
Yeah.
And just looking and saying, hey, what if I took this and swapped it around? It worked okay on this layout. What if I did it this way?
Yeah.
And I'll take some of those same ideas and just flip-flop them or put them totally different spots of the track. That's usually my go time. It usually takes me a half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll have something drawn up. And generally speaking, I would say 80 to 90% of what I have on paper, it actually ends up on the track. There's always those couple things that you throw in there and you're trying to navigate how much room you got on a piece of paper.
It doesn't quite work.
Right. It just doesn't fit. And you start to put it in, you're like, oh, this is dumb.
Yeah.
They're going to hate this. So, and then you knock it out and you're like, okay, that's gone. Mark it out.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring up last INS, the series finals race. I think Ty has it there. We're going to bring it up and have a look. Or maybe he doesn't. There we go.
The one from here?
Hopefully it's not 40 plus A main.
Why was you in that one and you didn't do good?
Yeah. Totally crashed out the last 2 laps.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
There we go. It's probably a little choppy, but
yeah, I love that layout.
Now, see, I felt like this track had a lot of spots to get your nose in, like that 180 right there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of spots on this track to get in somebody or just keep irritating them enough to where they're like, oh, okay, if I give you a little bit of room, you're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like this layout.
Oh,
yeah. that front
so
second
fun.
lane right there where you went into that big jump, that was so cool.
It was such a good track.
My Mugen was dialed on that last year too.
This is a good layout. It's a little bit. So if the Plex went downhill, this is uphill coming this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different. I love the right hand side of the track. The section coming towards the straightaway. Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
I
the
like
double
this layout.
doubles.
Yeah.
And that's something else with our tracks. The way that you'll notice if you come here to every big track build, without fail, the back of the track is higher, and it gets lower and lower and lower. And that's another thing as a track builder that Alex has learned years ago too. You got to build a track that doesn't have a bunch of dead spots where you can't see your car. Nothing will ruin a race worse than having a crucial corner with a pole in the way.
Yeah. You know what? Because we don't have poles, but you know what so in the wintertime, we've got the roof drip from the condensation.
Oh yeah.
So I've learned to build around that.
Yep.
So I don't put like a 180 turn where that roof drip's going to be in the morning, because that part of the track will suck for half the day.
Yep.
So I've gotten used to going, oh yeah, I can't do that here. I got to move it over, 2 or 3 feet.
The one air conditioner that we have on the track, I have to do the same thing because it'll sweat.
Yeah.
and it'll be a nice little J-shaped line, the exact same as the pipe. And I've paid attention to it now, and I try and make that a dead spot now in the summertime.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten shipped something that was meant for us?
No. Now wait. Maybe from JConcepts.
I think it was.
I think it was JConcepts that did. And it might have been for an INS race. Probably was.
Yeah.
I think that happened last year.
I sometimes I have to, like when I'm placing an order by email, not by like a form, I got to make sure I put in Hobbytown Hobbyplex, Omaha, Nebraska. Don't send it to Hoosier.
We're gonna bring up the darkness, the darknets track as well. Can you bring that up, Hertog? I'm gonna add it to stage. And you remember, is this a red or orange?
That's red.
Okay.
I felt like this was a pretty damn good track too.
Okay. Oh, so it's on the other way.
So you want to know something? So my INS layout was going to have stairs coming down to the loop, and I didn't put it in because you had stairs coming down to that front straightaway.
Oh shoot! You still should have put them in. It seems like everybody likes the stairs.
I love stairs, but I was like, oh man, Eddie did it already. I can't do that this year. I'll wait till next year. I'll do it next year.
Hey, remind me not to put anything in the layout before, okay?
Yeah.
This is a great layout, but I personally think I like the INS layout the best. I like the more jumps, and especially love the right hand section. But this is nice too. This is lots of uphill and downhill in this track.
Well, and that's something else that me and Alex are very privileged to. Alex is super privileged because he literally has earth. He could dig to China.
That's true.
But I'm sorry, I had to go in another room so I could plug my phone in. We're lucky that we have the ability and we have the room. Like our track, I think we're just under 300 triaxle loads of dirt in our building. And a lot of the elevation in the back, even on camera, it doesn't look like it's much, but it's usually
a lot.
It's usually 6 to 8 foot taller, that back lane, than it is up by the driver's stand.
Video doesn't do elevation change from the up angle on the driver's stand any justice, because like our track's the same way. Like the front peak, like where the bleachers usually are at the end of what would be normally our straightaway, that's 6.5 feet up from the bottom.
Yeah.
And you don't even notice it. On video, you can't even tell.
Nope, you cannot tell. And then you walk, and then that is one of the things. I know you like this part. Anybody that loves RC and builds tracks, my my favorite time is opening doors of a big race, INS, Clash of Champions, and just standing where they come through and watching the guys come through, and they do like a double take, and their eyes get big, and like, well, it don't look nothing like that.
That was
I
me.
didn't think it was that much.
That was me when I came there last year with Lance, and I was like, I didn't realize it was that big, and I didn't realize you had that much elevation.
Yes, that's one of my favorite parts of building the track, and of course, hearing if guys like it or not. I don't know if you do it or not, Alex, but one of the things that I do is I'll hit the guys up. I'll hit the pros up, and I'll hit the 21.5 guys up, and I'll ask them, look, just be honest with me. Is there anything on this track that you don't like? And if so, can you just tell me why? Because I want to learn from it, and I want to see if I can do it again and make it where you love it.
I don't know. I might have used to do that, but like I tend to take stuff kind of personal. So a lot of times, and the thing about it is I personally know if I've built a shit track because I'll hate it. So I don't really need anybody to tell me that it sucks, because I'll be like, yeah, it freaking sucks. I'm the one who built it. I don't like that section either, you know? But I will say, like, this year personally gave me some validation, because Spencer Rivkin said that this was the most, what did he say, Keenan? He did it right in front of you. This is the most 10 scale appropriate track he's driven on, or something like that this year.
I can't remember what I said 10 minutes ago.
Oh, dude. He said something like that, and I was like, yes, Spencer likes it. He really likes it. So I do love the feedback. I can usually tell if something's not right.
I can too.
And I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I don't need anybody to tell me if something's bad. Like I'll just, because I know.
I guess what I like getting I guess why I like to ask a few guys is sometimes I get ideas out of them too, though, because they'll say,
that's true.
They'll say, I really like this part, but man, what if you would have done this? You know, and then my mind starts thinking, I'm like,
I can do that next time.
Oh yeah, I'm totally stealing that idea. Thanks.
Yep.
So that's part of it too. I like to hear that other input of, instead of a 180 there, what if you would have done this? And then all of a sudden that starts kicking off all kinds of stuff for the next build.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm excited to come there for my first race and check it out and watch some racing there and experience my time at Hoosier. We asked this, so we've had Brock Champlin on, we've had Aiden Horn on here. You are holding the final for I don't know how many years you've held it, but I know you held it last year and you're holding again this year. You've also participated, if I'm not mistaken, in the series this year. I know Talon has.
Yes.
Which is great, because a lot of people like me get into RC, work in RC, and we stop racing altogether. But you have managed to continue racing. Alex was very fortunate to race. He was very excited to race at his race. At the Hobbyplex race and not have to call it. He was still working, but he got to focus on his racing. So that's because we all say we want a series. We asked this from Brock. We asked this from Aiden. I appreciate the people, the average people that have made every round of this race. The regular racers, the average Joes, the people who are coming to race in the 21.5 class and the independent classes. There's contingents of, I always say this, the trackside contingent has been to every race, right? And I know Jason, myself, and people involved, the pros always say we want a series race. And I'll say the pros, we have two sets of pros. We have the spec mod pros or stock pros. And then, of course, we have the mod professional guys who do this for a living. How do we get those guys to take this seriously? So wouldn't it be great if the finals at INS had all the guys coming there to race? I know there's another race going on that weekend, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we need to get these guys to, as I say, it starts at the top and it goes to the bottom. But right now, the guys in the bottom, that are below them, are the ones that are taking this seriously. We need these top class to take it seriously as well.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't even know. I don't even know where. I don't even know where to start with that. Do you, Alex?
I mean, for the pros, especially the top half, I think it all comes down to a paycheck for them to make it worth it for them to do that. I think for guys like me, like when I won in 22 40 plus, like that was a big deal for me. I know nobody else cares, but if like for me, I went to every single one except for one, but it was only because I couldn't go, like because of work. Otherwise I would have. But that's why I like the independent classes. I was just looking at the points and like the Adrian Stillwell, Tucker Mitchell, and Skylar Mandela battle
Gonna be great
here at the finals is gonna be crazy.
Dude,
No?
those guys are so tight right now. It is nuts. Oh, and here's something, Alex. How awesome is it when one of your guys is out there duking it out and just making your place look good?
Yep.
You know, you've had a few guys that for the past 3 or 4 years, you've always had a kid or two that was right there, always in contention. And as a track owner, it's almost like dad of the track type thing.
Yeah.
Like you're so proud of them that they're putting so much into it, and then you see it start paying off. You see them getting faster at the track, and then you see them travel, and you see them putting it down against other guys they've never met.
Yeah,
and getting it done. Dude, it's so fun. It's so awesome.
I feel like for the regular guys, I think this series has been able to keep them, right?
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of the same people at all these races every single year. I just think for the pros, it's been able to keep most of them too, but I think if you want to expand that and maybe even get the international tinge of it, something's going to have to come down to making it worth their while somehow. The problem is we're all, I mean, Eddie, you know this, we're all fighting for sponsorship dollars too.
Yeah.
And there's not that much to go around. So if it's hard to cut into that to make it happen that way. The other thing too, the regular people, I say regular people, I hope nobody's taking that personally, but like the regular Joes that buy their own stuff, like one of the reasons why they like coming to the INS2 is because of the coverage.
Yes.
You know, these independent guys, they get a few seconds, 30, 40 seconds if they do good.
Oh, and if they get to do an interview, and they've never done an interview, you can see it, especially when it's some of the little kids and their eyes are like this big, and they don't know exactly what to say. Thanks, mom and dad. Oh, bye.
Yeah. Like the pros get to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why we kind of, when I go to a race, people's like, my God, I got an interview with you. Because they know you got to TQ, you got to win, or you got to do something like really cool. Yeah. And it's, I have gotten to know a lot of the people over the last 3 races that I've been to. Very nice people. Every facility that I've been to has had a core group of people. It's been a different experience, all good experiences too, great experiences. And getting to know the 10 scale world. You bring up the independent class. Aid has been involved in a lot of good battles. He was in a good battle with Kyle at trackside. We have Scott as well, who's also a very good racer. The Tucker Mitchell, all these guys. So while we may not have, my brain is always on the top class, because that's, obviously as a big RC fan, that's my focus a lot, because what I talk about. Well, we got these good battles in the class, and we got these good battles going on, and it's good racing. It's damn good racing.
The 21.5 class, Vandervelden and Brian Letard are only 3 points apart too. That's gonna be pretty awesome.
That's gonna be a good finish.
And they've got a huge lead over everybody else. So it's really just down to those two. And I know they're both going to be there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think it's going to be good, and we put a lot of focus on these guys and make sure that they get the spotlight that they want, that they deserve as well. And I can't wait to be a part of that.
What do you think, Keenan? What do you think could be done differently, changed, or added?
we talked to Aiden Horn about this with the pro guys, because I think having the pro guys there adds a little bit more privilege. And I would love, no, don't get me wrong, I love to see, not privilege, what's the word I'm looking for? Precedence? No, not precedence.
Prestige.
Yes, prestige. All right, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm not saying that it isn't prestigious, right? But some of these racers, this is probably the only times they get to see these guys, right? Race. And I think that the INS right now is the only 10 scale series in the world going on. There are other series going on, national series in Europe, but this is the only one. The only one really in the USA there that has a following of people, that has complete and total points. It has coverage. Obviously we came on this year, but it's had coverage up to these years. It's a lot going into it. I think I want the pros to be as excited about the points as the people that are running in the independent classes, because I understand that the pros have many races to go to. And Aiden said, okay, my contingency isn't very good for this race. He said that flat up.
But Brock said it was.
Brock said it was, and yeah. Brock said that he thinks that the INS series is way harder to win than a national series, because of a series of races on 5 different surfaces pretty much. So with a series, you can build storylines into it, right? And that's what we want. We want to build storylines coming into these races. And when you don't have these guys coming, it's hard to build a storyline, right? Mm. And it would have been great if we could have come into the finals here at the end, and we have a battle. We have this independent battle. We have these. If we could have each class having we do have a slight battle going on with Aiden and Brock, right? But imagine if we threw in Fend and Tater and Cavallari and all these other people that were going there, and then we get to the stock class and all the stock guys came in there. So I think it has to start from the top, right? We need those guys taking it serious enough that they attend at least 3 of these races. I think the final should be mandatory.
It is mandatory.
It is mandatory.
If you don't show up to the finals, you don't win anything.
See, maybe I should read the rules.
Yeah. To be honest with you, that's one of the only reasons I'm going.
Okay. So, but I think there has to be some incentive. I
like Hoosier a lot.
I'm not saying that it doesn't have that prestige, but we need these guys taking it serious. We need these guys. One of the reasons we're doing shows about it, one of the reasons we're doing these live shows, to build something. This is kind of like a rebuilding year, and I know there's a lot of things going into next year that to do more. I appreciate Alex's time. I appreciate you guys' time coming on here. We appreciate everybody tuning in and watching, because it's not possible without the people out there that are paying for their stuff to do this, right? And support you guys.
For sure.
And support you guys, the hobby shop, right? Because the amount of money, you see people spending money there, right? I couldn't tell you how many times I was at Hobbyplex and saw people going up there buying sauce, buying this, buying whatever they needed, right? And I personally, I say it every time. I think it's a cultural thing, because the USA probably isn't, RC racing in the USA isn't used to a series. On a local level, yes. That's probably why you see the other classes taking it a little bit more seriously. They're used to a local series.
You've said that. You've said at the other podcast we had, and I'll just use our series for an example, the Team Associated Summer Series. It's been around since 2014. And like the crew that Eddie talked about earlier, the kids like Andrew and Dalton and Bender, those guys, like they grew up in the summer series and points racing, you know? So when they won, I think they traded independent twice a couple of years ago, 22 and 23, I think. I mean, that was, I think a lot of that was because they're training in our summer series, like, you know?
Yep. I agree with that.
So
they like
talent's kind of the same way. I mean, you know, you guys do your thing, and he I'm sure he's kind of learned, okay, if I'm having a bad week, how can I salvage that and get the most points possible, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, I think that's it. I've enjoyed my time, and I look forward to next year. And it's been a treat going to all the different tracks that I've been. I am kicking myself for not going to the island round, just couldn't make it. And I'm looking forward to coming to Hoosier, and I'm looking forward to those races in the independent class. Because that's where I geek out on good racing, right? My storylines come from the pro guys, but I geek out on good racing. And I've watched these guys race, the Adrians, Skylar Mandelas, and there's been some good short course racing. There's been some good truck racing. But, you know, the RC nerd side of me geeks out on the stock class and the pro class. And that's just me. But those guys don't really pay the bills, right? So we have to, and that's what we have to, and I think people appreciate the coverage that they do get. And it's been a pleasure for me to get to know a different RC community, because, you know, I'm mostly 8 scale. And a lot of these people, they also listen to the No Name RC podcast. We're doing a lot more 10 scale stuff, and I have become a fan of 10 scale over the last couple of years, and really appreciate it. I enjoyed the quick fire 5-minute races. Lots of action, quick, over. Then you go down, you have a lull, then you get back to it. Because sometimes in Nitro, when it's a 45-minute and one person runs away with it, and that's it, and you have nothing else to talk about, it's a very boring race. So yeah, I do enjoy that. I do enjoy the 5-minute races. So I just wanted to say thank you to Paul Jr. He gave us a super chat. We're 4 away from me doing a happy dance. What's up, Lee Grace? He's from Australia. Do you guys have any questions for Eddie? We're not going to keep him too long. I know he has to go. We're going to ask him some questions. Charles Koch says, the pros are paid to influence people to buy new stuff. They have the opportunity to connect with more amateurs at INS races than almost any other races. Absolutely. The sponsorship to max. That is a great, I think what he said is kind of what I was trying to say, but I couldn't get it out as well.
Charles is one of my guys. He's super smart. That's a great comment.
That's very good.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Do you guys have any questions for Eddie before we let him go? And then I think, Alex, I just want to talk about, I don't know, maybe Eddie wants to talk about it, but the World is coming up next week, and I'm uber excited. And we have some questions for Eddie because he's walking around holding his phone. He's probably dying, and I know he has to pack up for the day. If we have no more, Eddie, so for people, look, he's going down to Australia. Eddie, for the person like myself who's never been to a race at Hoosier, tell me what to expect when I get there. I've been there, but what to expect?
You can expect excellent pitting. You can expect a track that's going to be very consistent. It'll take of course, it takes a day or two. Every track, you got to get it broken, get it ready to go. You can expect to have all the parts you need. You can, for X-Ray, Schumacher, Associated, Losi, don't have to worry about bringing spare cars and parts. We have all the parts, all the tire sauce, every accessory that you could think of for racing, we pretty much have them.
And if you're a vintage guy and you need something, we probably have it.
We have that too.
Eddie, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do. And I will see you in 3 weeks' time.
I can't wait to see you guys. Give you all a sneak peek of a track being tore down before you let me go.
All right. There we go.
Look at all those people you have helping you.
I don't know. I need to be hidden more often, I guess, when the pipe gets full, because it's usually like 2 guys, and I'm out there sweating my you-know-what off.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Eddie.
Thank you, guys. It was a good chat, and can't wait to see the guys. That's one thing about my job. I'm very fortunate, blessed to have this job. Almost all the RC guys I like. It's not like a lot of other things out there that you might like 10% of the guys that are in it. I literally like 90% of the guys that are in this hobby.
I understand.
Most of them are just really good guys, down to earth. Don't mind helping out. We'll give you part if you need it, if you broke something, and never even think twice about it. It's a great hobby. It's just a great hobby. A lot of great people in it. And I look forward every big race to get to see those guys again, and gals like Michelle and Brian Letarte. I look forward to it. I look forward to shaking their hands and saying, "Hey, haven't seen you for a few months." You know, talk to them and see how everything's going outside of RC.
Yeah, they're very nice people. Very nice
They
people.
are. There's a lot of them. But thank you guys. I do have to get. I got to get to work on this INS build.
Thank you. See you in 3 weeks.
Good luck.
Good luck.
We'll see you guys at the race.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oop. Sorry. Bye, Eddie.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Deuces.
Sweet. I'm getting
Keenan,
excited.
I just said deuces.
You did. They just showed your
What am I
age.
doing?
All right. Well, we usually go for 90 minutes, or we got about 8 minutes left here. I know you got things to do. This was the best comment. This is exactly what I was trying to get out of my brain, but I couldn't get out of it. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. And BJ says electric isn't great for television, but there is a way to televise electric racing, especially the pro mod classes. I'd say make a 30 or 60-minute program out of each round. I think it can be good if we focus on the production of doing it, and you have 3 races, right?
Yeah,
that you can do.
When I do a YouTube video on like the travel blogs that I do, I'll take full videos, full 5-minute videos of a race, but I don't like posting the whole unless I do it on its own, because I feel like I got to clip it up into what's like into the exciting parts. Because even in 5 minutes, it can be kind of boring if nothing's happening.
I know.
You know?
Alex, so we was having this conversation before we kind of got with Eddie. Are you excited for the Worlds? Because I'm excited.
I am very excited. There's my local boys, Tom and Nate. You know, they're going, and I love RC car racing, period. So I'll watch just about everything, but I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like this track that they're going to, it reminds me of American outdoor racing 20 years ago.
Got you.
And I'm not saying because it doesn't look old or anything. It's just the style of racing. I'm really looking forward to seeing these cars that we have race hard on that.
So I have a really good preview show coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're a YouTube member or patron, you already got it. You already watched it. It's 2.5 hours. It's with Andrew Salvaggi. He's the team associated team manager over there. He has been to this track. It's not his own track. I did not realize how strong and big the 10 scale scene is in Australia. It is, and you know what? It is mostly he said, yeah, we have 1 or 2 indoor tracks. It's predominantly all outdoor.
Yeah.
Oil tracks. This is more of a natural track. They do use some sort of molasses in the watered down molasses to treat it, but we geek right out. Like this, he wrote all the notes and he did a good job. We went through setup. Here's something that I didn't even think. It was like, dude, at the warm-up, people were scrambling to get JConcepts bodies because of the aero. There's lots of things going on. There's also the thought of a local Australian that could possibly win this or do very well. It's the guy Lachlan Donnelly.
Yep.
So it's lots of good things going on there. I love whenever, as much as people complain about IFMAR, and I'm one of them, and these associations, I absolutely love it when we get the best from around the world competing against each other in a situation like this. Now, I do think that this race is too long. That needs to be addressed, because you really look at it, it's a 2-week trip with travel in between, and it's too long. I think we need to come out of that, switching the track up between 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, run both classes at the same day, get this race done in a week or 4 days.
Yeah.
I think
I've always wondered why they make tracks do that, or when that. I mean, it started. When did that start?
Probably when they started IFMAR.
Well, I don't think the track was any different. I'm trying to think of previous worlds that I've seen.
They changed it at Hobby Action.
Well, they changed it to Hobby Action. They've changed it a lot. I mean, over the years they've changed a lot. But like the '95 worlds, I don't think they changed that track. I'm going way back. I'm trying to think when they started doing that. But like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think these guys care. I think it wouldn't bother them if they had 2 classes to race in a day.
Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
And that way you can go for 4 days, or it could be a 5-day race at the most. And then you could take 2 or 3, 4 days to actually have a vacation.
Right.
And, you know, you're traveling all the way over to Australia, which is not cheap and not close.
Right.
You have 4 days in travel. If you're like, for me, it'd be 4 days in travel.
Yeah.
So you got 10 days of racing, time off work for people, expense. I think there's lots of things that
we were talking about regular people. It's hard for a regular person.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's not in that host block to be able to race these.
I'm not talking about the pro guys. I'm talking that have everything paid for. I'm talking about, because that's what the world is about. People from representing their countries from around the world, right? So there's lots of non-pro guys. But just to say that, I am very excited. It's going to be, so for those of you, I know, for those of you on the East Coast time, it is 14 hours ahead. So
yeah,
at this time, next week, Tuesday, you'll be watching the World's practice, right? Because it starts next week, Tuesday, I think. Or it might be over already. I don't know. Next week, Tuesday might be Wednesday. Yes, it will be. Next week,
30th.
Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Because they're in the future.
No. Oh, okay. They're in the future. Right.
So it will be Monday night at 9. At Monday night at this time, you'll be watching practice, which will be Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then it's 8 days of RC car. Actually, it's more like
it's 6 days.
Yeah.
Because they have a day off where they change the track. And then they go 3 days after that. I think we're going to end our poll here as well. Let's end it. End poll. We had 32 votes. Maybe Ty will bring it up when we get a chance. We want to thank you all for joining us in this live show. I don't think we're going to do one next week because Lee Graceman, though, he is in Australia. So next week, Monday, at this time, you'll be watching qualifying, actually. Because it's the second day. It'll be probably in qualifying or whatever practice they have. So 3 days of 2-wheel drive, 3 days of 4-wheel drive. And they start 4-wheel drive. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, Saturday, Sunday. That's too long. That is entirely too long. Entirely too long.
We're just trying to keep track of it and we're not getting it right.
So thank you, RC Marcus, for your time. I'll be going live Monday for coffee and waffles because right now the big race to watch this weekend. I know, Alex, you're not going to be watching much racing, but we got the Peach State Classic going on. Shout out to my friends there, the Elite RC Productions crew. They're there.
That track's sweet. That track looks really good.
Always very nice. So should there be a mod stadium truck class at INS next year? 69% said yes, 31 said no, 32 votes. Thank you all for the votes. Thank you for the super chats. This week, what to watch, like I said, is the Peach State Classic. Usually I'm usually at this race, but being as I'm going to be coming to the USA here for a few weeks here. It's going to be good. But I am missing. It's a beautiful area up there. Tiger, Georgia. It's beautiful. Brian Burnett builds beautiful tracks, and they have quite a lot of top guys going. Taylor Sontag not going to the Worlds, going to Peach State Classic. Wow, that has got to be probably. It doesn't hurt me as much as Cavallari not going. Cavallari ends a streak, so we shall see. Alex, I know you got to go. Thank you for your time. I don't know how you're going to be. Actually, this is going to be our last show, I think, unless we do impromptu one next week. But this will be our last show because it's going to be.
This has been fun. I think I've loosened up as we've gone on.
I do. I'm gonna have to have you. You know what? I'm gonna have to have you come on as a co-host on the actual podcast, like my podcast. Or no, we will have to do a.
Yeah, we owe you one still from like 2 years ago.
Yes, but also I will probably have you on for our recap.
Right.
But
okay.
I have
cool.
no idea how I'm gonna do. Actually, I know how I'll do that because we go. Oh no, man! I don't know how I'm
You're gonna be busy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you all at INS. If I haven't met you yet, please come up and say hello. And thank you guys for all the support. Thank you to the sponsors of the JConcepts INS. They are A-Main, Hobby Wing, JConcepts, Schumacher, Exalt, Associated, Reedy, and Elite RC Productions. Thank you guys all for the support. We'll see you in 3 weeks' time. It's going to be fun. And we look forward to doing some racing at Hoosier. And check out Alex's podcast, dropping tomorrow as well on audio
Hobbyplex Show.
Hobbyplex Show. And also, check out the Hobbyplex if you ever get up into Omaha. It's beautiful. It's awesome. Alex, thank you for your time. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
You all have a good weekend. And let's get ready for the Worlds next week.
For sure.
Lefty and Alex out.